G'day guys. So I know that my brain IQ I know that my IQ is below 40, and so, you know, I apologize for all of the videos being kind of stupid when they come out. How actually this time I actually thought of something smart. A lot of you guys in the comment section have been asking me about my camera gear. Now this is something I can actually help with, considering I have actually got a degree in this, and also I didn't have a second reason. So yeah, as I said, a lot of you guys asked in the comment section about my camera gear, and I think that my camera gear that I use for all of my videos and photography would be the best as an entry-level, all-around kind of, you know, all-around kind of gear. I use this gear for a lot of stuff. I use it for, as I said before, photography, videography, and also for vlogging. And all of this stuff here is pretty much cross-compatible with all the different formats that I shoot in. So without further ado, let's get started off into the first item. And I guess I could probably say, we'll start at the first camera I got. Let's try that. A few years back, if you guys checked back on my channel, you will notice that I have a lot of scooter videos. Yeah, I was massive into scooters. I was following a guy called Nick Hodgkin, and he is the guy that runs Nick Films. Now he at the time was running on one of these, a Canon 60D. So I wanted to start doing more professional level films, and I looked up to him so much. Like, he was just everything I wanted to be. I wanted to travel Australia and just film scooters. He's made an absolutely massive YouTube channel. I reckon you should all go check it out. He is an absolutely awesome filmer. But anyway, at the time, he had a Canon 60D. So pretty much I found out what camera he had. I wanted it for about 2 years before I actually ended up getting it. And for those 2 years, I was flat out mowing lawns and, you know, doing little things, saving up every single cent I could get to get this camera right here. And this camera, when I got it, was a twin lens kit, and I got it for about $700 to $800. I think it was around that. So at the time that I got this camera and I ordered it and everything, I got it, and then the week after that, the Canon 70D came out, which is the version of this camera, just newer and more features. So I was pretty bummed out on that, but anyway, I thought this camera's awesome, let's try it out. So anyway, I ended up not doing much filming on it, which is pretty insane. I ended up taking more photos than anything on this camera. I did end up purchasing a fisheye after about a year, and then about a year after that it got stolen, so I actually got all of my scooter films out the way. So I ended up using this camera for about 6 months, and in that 6 months I fell out of scootering. I ended up breaking my ankle before I got this camera, and I just never really got back into it. So I was going down to the skate park and filming my friends, but I only ever did that about 3 times before I grew out of it. So what became of this camera was basically photography. I did photography for ages. I absolutely loved it. I did photography of my cars, I did photography for my friends. I just did it because I absolutely loved it. Every now and then I'd make a little video on it, but yeah, photography was it. So anyway, as I was doing photography on it, I managed to get a couple more lenses. This one here is my 50 to 500mm lens. This lens covers everything, and it's so friggin' heavy. So this lens did all of my car shots, it did all of my sports shots, it did all of my brother's AFL finals. So this is one of my best lenses that I own. However, it is very bulky, and I don't like to take that around everywhere. So whenever I'm going out shooting, most of the time I just take my 18 to 55 kit lens. So very recently I also picked up another lens, which is my 24 to 70mm lens, and pretty much, I'm just joking, it's a cup. So at the moment, this camera is still pretty decent for photography. It's not the best, and it doesn't have the best image quality. I think it's only 18 megapixel, but I do all of my cinematic video shoots, and whenever I don't have my other vlog camera, I always use this one. This is my immediate backup for anything if I don't have another camera. Along with this, I regularly use a tripod, which is what the camera's sitting on at the moment. It's just a cheap tripod that you can get from Kmart probably, and it's lasted me about 5 years. So after that camera, I was looking at getting into more sports stuff. I was really heavy into mountain biking, and because my Canon 60D was pretty big, I couldn't take around my actual camera, and so I bought this. This is my GoPro Hero 3 Black. This camera cost me about $400 at the time. I got it as soon as it came out. I absolutely love this. This has been the most versatile camera I think I've ever owned. I put this on my mountain bike, I put it on my RC cars, I put this on my scooters when I was still riding. I did everything with this camera. I actually think it's even been sent off the back of my car on Mount Glorious. I think there's like still knocks and scrapes around. So as you guys can see on the side of it there, it's kind of a little bit worse for wear. So after about 3-4 years of owning this camera here and doing all of my car shoots and stuff like that on it, and I started uploading these vlogs, I really just didn't like the image quality at all. It just wasn't there for me. So I went onto Facebook and I bought this. This is my GoPro Hero 5 Black Edition. This camera here is so much better than the Hero 3 in every single way. It has a huge wide range of the thing that the lens goes out. The image quality is so much better than my Hero 3. It also has better frame rates, better battery life, and it's just amazing. I highly recommend anyone who's doing automotive vlogs or doing anything like that, pick up a GoPro or anything like it. Maybe a Contour, maybe anything like that. Pick up a GoPro, for sure. And also along with me buying this camera as well and my justification for spending $250 on it, this also has GPS. Now, I haven't actually used it before, but if you guys go check out one of Adam Oz's videos where he's driving a GT350 around a track, you'll see that it actually has like a little map of where he's gone. It has like an accelerometer. It has an accelerometer built in, so pretty much you can do stuff like your speed, you can do G-forces, you can do everything from the camera. I can't wait to go out to the track and actually try that. It looks pretty cool. So a lot of the time with my GoPro, I actually just use this. This is just a frame with a suction cap. This suction cap I think is like the first one, which is 3 years old. Yeah, works fine. And along with that, also very recently, you guys might have seen in my like detailing videos, I actually got this, which is a head cam. So pretty much you put the GoPro on the front and it sticks there on your head, and then you can do everything, like you can see where you're going. So along with the GoPros, I wanted to start doing more in-car stuff. So like me just talking to the camera in the car while driving. It's just the easiest way for me to make videos, considering I drive 2 hours to and from work each day. Quickly, I realized that I needed a microphone, and so that's why I bought this. You guys might have seen it in a previous video, but I bought this, which is a Boya BYM1 microphone thingy. This is a lavalier mic, so pretty much I have this end set up so it attaches to my phone. This end here attaches to there, and I can use it with all of my cameras. I can use it with my Canon 60D, I can use it with my GoPros, I can use it with my iPhone X. However, I cannot use it with my vlog camera. So this dramatically improved all of my car audio. Like, it just was night and day. You could actually hear me and not just the annoying drone of my car. So yeah, if you guys are looking at doing car vlogs and stuff like that where you're talking, definitely pick up one of these microphones. It is so cheap. I got it for 20 bucks and it changed all of my videos completely. Now also, before I get to my vlog camera, I will show you this one right here. And this camera here is definitely one of the greatest things that I own. So I don't think there's ever been a time and place where I've looked around for a camera to take a photo of something. There's always been my phone. And there's a quote that I always live by, and that's, it's not the camera gear that you have, it's the gear that you have with you when you need it. As I said, I have this 50 to 500mm lens, and I wish I could just whip that out of my pocket whenever there was a nice sunset. This camera right here is everything that I need. I take pretty much all of my car photos on it. Sometimes I've even captured vlogs in this camera. I think this camera right here is like a 1080p, can also go up to 4K or something like that. I don't even know, it's good. And I think that camera there is 1080p or 720p or something. They're both really good, I know they're awesome quality. So sometimes I even use that for vlogging. I don't do it much considering it doesn't have very good image stabilization. However, it is an amazing camera, and if you guys don't have a decent phone camera, then trust me, this will change your game. So anyway, I'm gonna switch over to my GoPro Hero Black and my lav mic so you guys can hear that while I talk about the vlog camera that, to be honest, is the best camera I have ever bought. Alrighty guys, so I quickly just jumped on the GoPro right now, and I'm also using that lav mic that I was talking about before. I think it's like the Boya BYM1 thingy. But anyway, right now I'm going to show you the most important thing that I've ever gotten for this vlog channel, and that is this thing right here. This camera is a Canon G7X Mark II, and this is the first point and shoot camera I think I've ever owned. So before I bought this camera, I actually went online and did my research and made sure that I was definitely getting the right thing. I had a look at a couple of different cameras, like I had a look at the EOS M5, I had a look at some Panasonic cameras, but this camera seemed to be the thing that everyone was using. And not only that, some of my favorite vloggers were also using it. So I'd actually never seen one in person before, nor have I ever used one, but I decided it was a good thing for me to go out and buy this thing for 800 bucks. I think they've got down in price recently, but still 800 bucks for this camera. And that is the best $800 I have ever spent. I don't think I would be the place that I'm at the moment with vlogging or with my YouTube channel if I didn't have this camera. The only things I was looking for was the fact that it had decent audio quality and it also had decent image quality. And this has both of them. You'll also find that vloggers these days are using this camera more and more because it is, to be honest, the best vlogging camera I think money can buy. Obviously there's some more expensive setups, like I would be able to go all out and buy like a Sony a7X and then put a microphone on top and, you know, be like, you know, spend thousands of dollars. But for something under $1,000, I think this is the best way to go about it. So the best things about this camera is the fact it actually doesn't have a battery in it at the moment, so I won't be able to turn it on for you guys. However, the biggest thing for me is the fact that it has a flippy fold-outy screeny thingy, my bobby. So this thing is the best feature I think that it has. The fact you can actually see yourself and see what you're filming when you have the camera pointed up towards you, it's just makes life so much more easy. Before this I was vlogging on my, yeah, not the best idea. But this, because of the fold-out screen as well, it was easy to vlog. However, I didn't have the right image quality or anything, so I just, you know, it just wasn't going to work. It was way too heavy as well. I didn't want to hold up a massive, you know, 70,000 kilogram DSLR right in my face. So this camera right here solved all my problems. And to me, to be honest, I've taken this camera absolutely everywhere. I think I've dropped it a couple of times. It still works fine. I take it up mountains when I go climbing. I use this for photos. I use this for videos. This is, to be honest, the best camera I've ever bought. It has incredible image quality. The lens, when it's fully zoomed out, is absolutely perfect for vlogs. It has the flippy fold-outy screeny thingamabobby. It's awesome. If you guys want to get into vlogging, get this thing. Trust me, invest in this camera. So anyway guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I understand that a lot of you guys have asked questions about what I use for photography and for video and for vlogging and stuff like that, and also for audio. I know I've seen a heap of comments about it, and I hope I've answered all of your questions about all of my equipment. To be honest, I think all of my equipment is like the entry level for covering every single area of photography, videography, and audio as well. If you guys have any equipment questions, feel free to comment in the comment section down below and I will answer any of them for you. But as for now, I will catch you later. Remember to like and leave a comment. I absolutely love reading all of your comments. They're the most positive things I think I've ever seen in the history of the world ever. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoy your day and I will see you later.